You can't think your way out of a feeling problem. You've tried to push through, stay positive, you keep moving forward, you keep telling yourself that everything's going to be fine and things are going to work out, and yet something underneath just never seems to settle. It doesn't seem to go away. Look, that's not weakness, that's not anxiety, that's survival mode. And chances are you've been living like this for so long you don't even know it anymore. And here's the thing about survival mode that most people don't tell you. It doesn't always look like a panic attack or some kind of breakdown. Most of the time, it looks completely normal from the outside. It looks like being that person who holds everything together. It's that one person that everyone leans on. You know, the one that you depend on, you count on. The one who keeps showing up no matter what happens. It looks like being productive, but never feeling fully satisfied with the result or outcome. Busy, but never fulfilled. Tired, but you're never unable to fully feel rested, even though you've had a chance to sleep or get that rest. It looks like a low humming of anxiety that's just always there, like a buzzing or a sensation, butterflies in your stomach. It's not loud enough to stop you. It's just loud enough to know that you don't fully feel relaxed. It looks like waking up at 3 in the morning and your mind racing, replaying conversations from the day before or the day of, or the last week where you got in an argument with a spouse or a coworker. It's planning, it's problem solving, even when there's nothing urgent to solve or to discuss. It looks like emotional reactions that feel bigger than the situation really is. You snap at somebody you love, shutting down when you feel criticized, judged, going quiet when you actually need to speak up for yourself. It looks like chronic tension in your body, tight shoulders, maybe a headache. Your jaw just clenches without realizing it. Your gut might be off, maybe a little bit of the butterflies or that anxious feeling, or maybe a little bit of, digestive gout or digestive issues like constipation or diarrhea. It looks like it's flat. It's like the energy is flat. You feel flat. You're disconnected. You're going through the motions of life that might look good on paper, but it doesn't feel like it really is. It doesn't feel like it's going the right way. Does any of that sound familiar? Look, here's what is actually happening underneath all of that. Your nervous system has learned, probably a long time ago, likely your childhood, that the world isn't fully safe. Maybe it was a chaotic home when you were a child, and growing up was tough. Maybe it was something that happened that you never fully processed. Maybe it was years of high pressure, high performance with no real release. And even in that childhood, it's not something that it could be a simple thing like you wanted a blue bike and you got a red bike. And, at 30, at 40, at 50, that just seems so inconsequential. But when you were 6, it was the biggest deal in the world. And it's these little problems, right, that happen that, create these problems now as an adult. So it really doesn't matter whatever your nervous system has adapted. It really went into this protective mode and it started running these survival patterns. Hypervigilance, people pleasing, emotionally shut down. You're constantly doing to keep safe or being. So you're always constantly doing or trying to avoid. So maybe that be alcohol or drugs or work, right? The doing thing. And it's worked for you. You've survived, right? But here's the problem. It's no longer serving you. Your nervous system never got the signal that it's okay to stand down and so those survival modes kept running long after the original threat was gone. It's a typically response when with the nervous system is you might see with an animal that's being chased by, say cheetahs chasing an antelope. And it misses it and lunges for it and misses it. And the antelope's able to escape. Directly after, you'll see the animal shake uncontrollably. That's the body releasing the fear or the emotional response or the emotional tension that's been holding in the body. We've never had that or the ability as humans to process those emotions. And so they stay held within our bodies, right? And And it's just a way that your body's protecting yourself, or has been, and you don't need to do that anymore. Those patterns and beliefs have been running your life for far too long, and this exhaustion doesn't ever go away. The relationships will continue to feel hard. The ceiling you've kept hitting, no matter how hard you work, will continue. The version of yourself you can feel but never quite reach, that's all that survival mode. It's not a character flaw. There's nothing wrong with you, and you're not broken. It's not something you're going to have to continue to push through to get results. It's a nervous system that has never learned to fully feel safe and to stop. The first step really isn't about fixing. The first step is about awareness and recognizing it. Because once you see it, once you understand that, you see what's been running underneath everything. That's the key. Everything starts to make sense. And having that awareness, you can now do something different. There's a way to let it go. And that's where real change becomes possible. If this is resonating with you at all, I want you to grab my free guide, 12 ways to relax your nervous system. It's practical, simple steps you can start to use today. The link will be in the description. And if you really want to go deeper and get into the real work, where it's not a simple thing as, a cold bath or a cold plunge or some things that, might be in my book. If you really want to go deeper, check out my About Me page. You can schedule a free discovery call, and let's see what we can do. And I'll see you in the next one.